And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So, how you all doing? I do hope you're all having a fantastic day. So, the Champions League is back. The Champions League is back. Bayern versus Lazio. Should I say Lazio versus Bayern, considering we're playing away from home? Now, there are a lot of interesting things going on. Now, of course, Bayern have not been as good as they have in the past. This season, they've been horrendous. Let's not sugarcoat it. We've been horrendous. We've been terrible. All right, we've not been up to our level. We still score goals, we still win games, but in terms of defending, in terms of clean sheets, in terms of overall performance, we have been poor. However, this is the Champions League. And there's this thing in football where league form doesn't really matter. When it really matters is when you have to step up. And this team has shown this season as well, but in previous season too, that this team can step up when it really, really matters. Now let's talk about our Champions League games. We beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. 4-0. We kept the clean sheet. That's probably the most surprising part. All right, we kept that we scored 4 goals isn't necessarily that surprising. I know people really rate Atletico Madrid. I personally don't. I don't think Atletico Madrid is as good as people are saying. I think it's mostly that the rest of the teams that are chasing them currently in La Liga are poor. But we beat Atletico 4-0. The important part being the clean sheet against Salzburg. What was the score? 8-2. So we can score goals. Right? We didn't keep a clean sheet, but we can score goals. Then we played Atletico Madrid again. And the reason why I want to bring this game is because in this game we played with our C team and we still drew 1-1. So the point I'm trying to make here is this. When it really matters, we have been able to step up. Even with our C team, we have been able to step up and not get overrun. Now Lazio, I watched a bit of Lazio. I've watched actually quite a lot of Lazio earlier on in the year. Well, not earlier in the year. I guess late last year, in late 2020. But the last game that I watched of them recently was their game versus Inter Milan, where Inter just kind of ran rampant, if I'm being completely honest. And I think Lukaku scored 2 and assisted 1, or did he score 2 and assist 2? I'm not 100% sure. It was like a month ago, alright? So I'm not 100% sure. But they are a team that is doing well in Serie A. They're a team that is doing relatively well in Serie A. They're not obviously top of Serie A, but they're doing well for themselves. They are actually one of the few teams. I think actually they are the only team that has scored in every single Serie A game. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was something like, oh, maybe it was every game at home in Serie A. So they're a team that likes to score goals. I think even in Europe, they're the team that have scored the second most goals besides after us. So I fully expect, the thing with football is, right, if you expect a lot of goals, usually goals don't come. But I do expect there to be a lot of goals in the game today. Now, here's the crazy thing for me, actually, is that everyone talks about Immobile, and for good reason, right, for good reason. I'm less worried about Immobile than I am of the rest of their team. Because the thing is, if you actually look at the goals that we've conceded this season, it's not, or most of the time, it's not the strikers. We usually are very, very good at containing the main threat. It is just the people around them that we're just not that good at. Now, here's a crazy prediction, right? Here's my crazy prediction for this game. I actually think we want to keep a clean sheet. And some of you might be thinking, how am I thinking that we've kept like 4 clean sheets all season? We literally, you can bet money every single week that we concede and you're not losing, alright? Some may say I have done that in the past, but you could do that every single week. But for some reason, I feel like this week, we're not conceding. In this game, we're not conceding. And the reason I think that is because I think we want to make a statement. A lot of the players have come out over the past couple of weeks and they've acknowledged that the performance has not been good enough. We've had 2 relatively poor performances after another, the Bielefeld result, and then we've had the Frankfurt game. So I think they wouldn't put. I said this all season though, so I might be completely off here. But I think they want to put a mark down. They want to put a stamp down and to show everyone that you know what, we are better. We can be better, all right. And now we're gonna pick up our form, and that's what I hope is gonna happen. Now, in terms of injuries, there was a thing yesterday with Sule potentially being out. So Kimmich might move to right back. But today, I think was it Bild or Sky Sport News, one of them said that like Süle is expected to start. So we don't actually know who is fit and who is not. We have a lot of injuries, of course. The main one, in my opinion, being Thomas Müller. Him being out is the biggest thing that's gonna impact us. I'll personally play Musiala there, which would be nice for him. I do think that Flick will probably go with Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting in that number 10 role. But we'll see. I'm somehow confident. I'm somehow optimistic about this game. So you know what I'll say? I'll say this. I think we're going to win this game 3-0. I actually think we're going to win this game 3-0, which I could be completely wrong here. You know, we could after this game we could be losing 3-1. I do expect us to score. I always expect us to score, but I somehow feel that we're gonna score without Miller on the pitch. I don't know how we're gonna get those 3 goals if I'm being completely honest, but I do somehow still believe and somehow still think that we're gonna win. I don't know why. It's not based on logic. This one is just based on a good feeling. Alright, just that big old good feeling. Alright, so I could be completely off, and I'll come back here later and I'll be like, well, I was completely wrong. But for some reason, I just think we're going to score 3 goals, and they're not going to score. I think we're going to actually keep a clean sheet and kind of wrap it up in today's game. As crazy as that sounds. So we'll see. We are the champions of 2020. Let's try and be the kings of Europe this season too. Besides that, though, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how it all goes and how it all pans out. Besides that, though, I'll see all of you in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and as always, bye. Let me know what your prediction is for this game. As I said, I think we're actually going to keep a clean sheet and score 3. That's my prediction. Ooh.